I've got my mouth and I've got my nasal cavity that air is going to pass down. What also passes down? Food. The front is protected, rigid for the air. The back, if this is the front with my little C cartilages, this tube running down the length of it is muscular, and that's my esophagus. Squishy for the food to pass down. So I've got a lot going on right here. So I've got this really nice held open tube for my air to pass. My air is going to pass, and I've got left and right lungs, all right? So I'm going to have this branching, my main bronchi. And that branching is going to allow for the movement of this air into the left and the right lungs. What's the difference? What's the difference between my left and my right lung? How many lobes does my left side have? And how many does my right? 3. And the left side has the cardiac notch. Okay? So I've got 2 lobes. And I'm going to have main branching to the left and the right. The branching begins to keep going, that's why it's called the tree, okay, into lobe, 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 2 on this side, down to even further, branching to the branching, to the branching, to the branching. I think there's like 17 generations of branching to get to 1 alveolus, 1 grape. Think of 17 generations. It's either 7 or 17. Don't quote me on that. I have to look it up. Okay? Branching that occurs to get to 1 sac that has its connection to the capillaries. Why is that so important? Why is it important to have all of this definition to get the air to that 1 teeny tiny little grape? We have got to have control over the gas exchange. We have got to have the control over the surface area for the gas exchange. There are roughly 1 million of the grapes in each lung, with the surface area the size of a football field. The size of a football field for my surface area. Why is that so important? First of all, my cells can't survive without oxygen. And they can't survive with the buildup of CO2. I've got to have as much surface area for exchange of those gases as possible. I need to get the oxygen that I breathe in to the blood, and I need to get the CO2 that's in the blood back into the grape to breathe it out. Because if not, I'm going to die. My cells are going to die. Okay? Now, one of the cool things about our structure that we have. The trachea that we have, it's going to be full of these cilia that are present. What's the job of those cilia? All right. How many of y'all do that throughout the day? What are you doing? Something has made it past the little hairs in your nose. It's made it past your throat area. And it's kind of gotten down to maybe just the tip of your trachea. And the cilia that are in there are like, oh, no, 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 no. And it's gonna just be and trying to push that stuff back out. So what do? We kind of do that. And we swallow it down. And the stomach acid kills it. All right? Then, if it gets a little bit further down in here, okay, because it does not want anything but the air going any further. There's a reason for that. You can't have any type of pathogen or foreign object make it into these grapes of the lungs. They don't have the ability to fight it off, okay? It's the reason something gets in your lungs, the actual grapes, it's very difficult to get rid of it, okay? There's not a lot of white blood cell activity occurring in those grapes to be able to take care of it, all right? Now, what do we do to this? We kill it. How do we kill it? Smoking. Anything. Okay, I don't care what it is. No matter what they tell you about anything, whether it's the cigarette or something different or the stuff that they're trying to tell, no. Every bit of it is killing these cilia. Ever known somebody who was a heavy smoker all of their life? When they get up in the mornings, it sounds like they're coughing up a lung. Okay? Why? They don't have any cilia left. They have actually the chemicals from whatever they've been smoking. And that's why I said, I don't just do it. I don't just classify it as cigarettes, because anything that you smoke, okay, on a chronic basis for a long time, it changes the cellular makeup.
So that's even secondhand smoke also.
Even secondhand smoke, yes. And it's changing the actual cell. And there's no cilia left.
So they don't have cilia, and I understand they have mucus in there and they have fluid because they've got pulmonary edema, because that's the nature of that. But why are they coughing if they have no cilia? Is it just because the pressure?
Where's the pulmonary edema come from?
Well, most people, if they've been smoking for a really long time,
They may or may not. What's happened here is they have changed the cellular structure. There's no longer any cilia there. During the night, they sit, everything accumulates, the body's trying to get it out, and that's why they're coughing, but they can't get anything to move. Because there's nothing to, that's why it sounds like they're literally coughing up a lung, because they're trying to get the movement to get the stuff out. Yeah. I would think so. I would think that there are probably some things that affect, that would cause it not to work. Yeah. But This basically, it actually changes cellular structure. And they're important because the goal keeps something from getting into those grapes. Don't let it get there. So we just kind of mentioned this right here, where we've got the 2 lobes versus the 3. We've got the cardiac notch that's present. Main bronchi, you're going to have a branching into each lobe on each side. And then that's going to begin, that we're going to have main, secondary, tertiary, because these are going to continue to branch and branch and branch and branch until they get to the alveoli. This point right here, the branching that occurs, we eventually get to an alveolar duct and an alveolar sac, where we've got alveolus, 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 alveolus. And each one of those look at the connection with capillary bed. Because it's at this point we have this area that can do the gas exchange. And this area for the gas exchange is the important part. But we'll pick that up on Thursday.
So what is it? What is one?
An alveolus. This will be an alveolar sac.
So are they just air itself?
Are they what?
What is an alveolus? What is inside?
One little grape. One little grape and its connection to the capillaries.
So a drowning victim, like if water goes into the lungs, does that suppress the alveoli?
Yes, because what will happen is it's not filling up with air,
Right.
It's filling up with fluid.
Water.